Okay, now to keep moving along, this might seem a bit much, but and again, if you have any questions or need any help with any of this stuff, I'm always available, so don't be afraid to reach out to me. But let's take it a step further. So first of all, we defined who our target market is, who do we want to do business with. Next, we look at at our target market, and we made a list of what is it that they really want, what are the benefits, what do they want to experience from the services that you offer. Okay, now to move on, differentiation. You need to come up with a way to differentiate your services based on your target market, what they really want. Okay, so is there a way to modify your services to tailor just to that ideal customer that you want? I used the example of mothers before. Dealing with the kids all day long, busy lifestyle. They don't want, they may want hassle-free, carefree, type of look, so that they look great no matter how much hell they go through during the day. So now, what can you do to your service to make it to appeal to those core benefits that they or desires that they really want? It may be you've got a 4-step method, or you have a particular, if you're a hairstylist, you've got a particular style that might be the latest rage, but the best news is it provides that hassle-free, carefree experience. So that's what I mean by, you don't have to reinvent the world here, reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is you need to modify your service in a way that it looks different than what your competitors are offering, tailored to the benefits that your new client is looking for. Okay, so it might be, like I said, a 4-step this, or I do this where, the others don't, or I spend special time and attention to this area in order to provide that carefree, look. So come up with a couple different ways to differentiate yourself. Like I say, it doesn't have to be radical. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do it. Tailor your services to the benefits that your ideal client is looking for. Okay, so now and again, there's more writing. You just have to make some lists. That's and it's always good to refer to. And you don't always have to differentiate the same way. So in other words, maybe this month or this quarter, you're trying to find this ideal client. Maybe you want to find a different ideal client at some other point. Fine, do it. Change up your differentiation. Look for that target, what their benefits are, what they're really looking for. And then change your differentiation, modify your services to tailor it to what they really want. Make sense? Okay. This requires a lot of people have some difficulty with that. And like I say, you don't have to get wild, but just think about it. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to create our irresistible offer. The offer where they say, my God, I got to do this, right? That's what you really want. And in fact, that's why most advertising that small businesses do falls flat on their face, because they don't talk about any of this stuff. It's basically just, hey, haircut, style, nails, or gels or acrylics, 50% off. That's not an offer. Okay, so we'll get more to that in just a moment. But if you just go through this exercise and just do it as a rough draft, who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just trying to get your brain organized to think in terms of how marketing really needs to be done. So think of a headline. Um, and you may actually tell you the truth, you need to do multiple headlines to figure out which one's going to be the best. But don't be afraid, just write your ideas down on paper, doesn't matter. But the headline is incredible result, satisfying a desire that you know that they have. Okay, incredible result without the downside, which is typically a fear that they may have, or a typical result from a shoddy, somebody who doesn't, perform their service very well. All right, so think of a couple of these. Incredible results without the downside. Okay, now the next thing is, who are you and why are you making this offer? I'm a nail tech, or I have a nail salon. I'm looking for a couple new customers. I'm already very busy, but I'm looking for just a couple more great new clients that I can provide exceptional results for. Stay away from too much about yourself. I've been in business for 20 years. I'm great. I've won an award. I blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Nobody cares. Just very short and to the point. Okay, do not expand on this. Just very short and to the point. I've recently found that I could use a couple more great clients, and I think you might be one of them. That's about it. Okay, expand on it a little bit, but don't go into how long you've been in business and all that. The next thing is plus up your offer. Okay, you're trying to get new clients. You're not giving away the bank to all of your existing clients. You're trying to get a new client. So throw in a couple extras. Okay, think of a couple things that further benefits, maybe benefits that are further down on the list. You know what they really want is this, but they might want a little this and that. So throw it in. Okay, it doesn't cost you much to give that extra. And when somebody is considering, when they're looking at ads or considering using your service versus someone else is saying, haircut 50% off. Not you. You're going to say, haircut 50% off plus. Well, you're not going to word it that way. Plus, I'll throw in this X, Y, and Z. Okay, to make your day complete. So just think of a couple things that you can throw in, complimentary, just because you wanna please them. Okay. The next thing is now you incentivize it. Okay. So everybody wants, when they think of advertising, they think haircut 50% off, or complete set of gels for $20, or whatever whatever your service is. But most all small businesses, they want to jump to the end and just say, hey, here, let me give you the heck of a deal. But you're setting the tone for them coming to you to seek you out for your services. You're already setting that tone. It's just here, by the way, not only am I going to provide this, but I'm also going to just introduce you to my service. I'm going to offer it to you for half off. It can be a percentage or $1. It doesn't matter. Okay. Then guarantee it. Everybody's afraid to do this, and I have no idea why. But guarantee it. Hey, if you're not happy, don't pay me. So what? It's not a big deal. The fact of the matter is, no matter how much you guarantee something, virtually no one will take you up on it. And if they do, then you ought to be happy, because that means that you're not providing the service that they really want. So it's just fair play. And in fact, you could even use that as kind of more advanced marketing stuff, but you could kind of use that for other marketing efforts. But don't be afraid to guarantee it. There's really, honestly, what's the downside? And virtually no one else does it. So make a bold statement that you guarantee your services, make a bold statement, let them know you're serious, and that helps to alleviate a lot of fears or concerns that your potential clients may have. The next is you want a call to action. You got to tell your customers what you want to do, or what you want them to do. Sorry. A lot of marketing efforts fail at this point because they get wishy-washy. Okay, I don't want to be pushy. I don't know. You have to tell them exactly what you want them to do. Then the next is, I always recommend throwing in a deadline. If you're going to make an offer, in fact, if you're going to make an irresistible offer, if you're going to make an offer so good without the downside, and in fact, you're going to throw in a few other things, not only that, but you're going to discount it, then guarantee it on top of it, you should throw in a deadline. It helps motivate people to take you up on the offer, now, as opposed to, well, I'll think about it. Okay, so hey, I found that I could use a couple more new clients. I'm looking for some great new clients, hoping you're one of them. I'm going to do all this stuff for you. By the way, I guarantee it. I guarantee that you'll be happy or your money back. No questions asked, no weasel clauses. But by the way, because every time I make this offer, I get such a tremendous response, I can only offer this for the next week. Okay, so by next Friday, if you haven't responded to this offer, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll make it again to you in the future, but I got to set a deadline. Okay, so those are the core components. These are the core components of any advertising that you should be doing. Now you can mix and match it up a little bit, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But go through this, write it down. Again, the best thing to do, we're asking you to write down who your target is. We're asking you to write down what kind of benefits that they really want. We're asking you to write down, a little differentiation, how you can tailor your services to their specific benefits that they want. Write this down also. It's a formula, okay? You don't use every part of this formula in every part of advertising that you ever do, but this is a successful winning formula to bring new clients in. So take a time, put this on pause, whatever, but definitely write this down and begin to put your ideas into action here. Okay, now that you've created your offer, or at least the skeleton of one, now you need to get it out there. Get your message out there, okay? So what are some of the more popular methods to attract these new clients? What I highly recommend is using either mail or door hangers. And bottom line is, where does your target live? You know who your target is. You know who you want as a client. Where do they live? Okay, so if you're a discount salon and you're after kind of that lower income household income level, you may want to market to apartments. You know where these neighborhoods are. If you want middle class, you know where those neighborhoods are. Within your marketing area, depending on the size of your town, 5 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles out, you know where those neighborhoods are that have the highest probability of containing your target client. Okay, so you can use your irresistible offer that you're creating to either mail to those neighborhoods, which is really cheap. In fact, you can do postcards, oversized postcards. You could do handwritten letters. Actually, not everyone is handwritten, but they look that way. So you can get really personal. But that is an excellent place for you to find new clients. You could also target new movers. This is something that a lot of people ignore, and this is absolutely a market. They just moved to the area. Chances are they're probably looking for your services, and you can get lists of new movers on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever. But that's an excellent market to target. because, I mean, they're going to need your services, right? You can do the daily deal type marketing. I'll get more to that in just a moment. Local events is another place that you can show off your differentiation, show off why you're different than everybody else, why you're different than your competitors, why they're going to receive exceptional service from you. So there's a way to use local events as well. And believe me, there's a thousand other methods to gain new clients. But I really like to focus on that one because it's the highest probability of reaching your target audience. Instead of, remember, shotgun versus rifle, you don't want to throw your offer out to the entire world in the hopes that somebody is going to respond to it. By being a little bit more targeted using that rifle approach, you may not get as many responses as you would with the blanket shotgun approach. However, the responses that you do get are much, much more likely to be the exact client that you're looking for, okay? But there's some golden rules here when it comes to advertising. First of all, don't be boring. Nobody likes boring. The whole purpose of advertising is to capture somebody's attention just long enough for them to listen to what you have to say. Okay, so you ain't gonna do that if you're boring. Like the coupons. Okay, you're looking through a coupon mag. Hey, 50% off this, that, whatever. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want it. You're not reaching out and grabbing their attention. Next thing is get it opened or get it read or. So like for example, the Groupon or the daily deal type advertising, you really got to try to grab their attention, okay? Supermarket tabloids are a great lesson in this. When you look at a tabloid, it'll say, or even on Yahoo or the internet, any of the search engine type stuff, you'll come across the 4 ways to to a better hairstyle. The 3 critical elements that 90% of all your service don't typically offer or don't typically do, that's damaging, that could potentially damage your hair, your nails. So supermarket tabloids are actually an excellent lesson in this. Because you gotta think about it. If you're on the internet or the tabloids at a supermarket, you're standing in line, okay, waiting to check out. These guys are the master at grabbing your attention, so that you gotta what? Princess Diana, what? Her last what? Huh? You gotta read more, and so that's how they make all their sales. That's how they sell their magazines. Same thing on the internet. 4 ways to do this, 10 ways to do that. It's getting their attention, okay? And those things, those 4 ways, are solving their what they're really looking for. Those benefits that you made a list of, okay? So you got to get it open. So now, if you're doing, for example, a direct mail piece, you've got to, there's 2 ways to do it. You can either do it just totally, like for example, if it's a mail, something that you send them in the mail, you could 2 ways and really no in between. The envelope that you're sending this letter in either got to be plain, first class stamp, personal letter, people open those, okay? Or use the envelope to be super exciting. Throw onto the 4 ways to do this, that, whatever. What your hairstylist isn't telling you may damage your hair. You got to make it compelling. So either do it completely blind, where they don't know what's inside, but it looks like personal letters, so they got to open it, or make it really compelling that grabs their attention, like the tabloids. To get them to open it, or even I like using lumpy mail. Okay, you can throw something inconsequential in price into the envelope to make it lumpy, and they looking at this envelope and something's in there. They they got to open it to see what's in there, right? So you got to get it opened and compel the interest. It's huge. Delivery is huge. So depending on what approach you take, whether it's daily deal type advertising or door hangers or mailers, that sort of thing, above all, you got to make it interesting. You got to get it opened, because if you can't get it open, they're not going to read what you have to offer. Now there's a whole lot more. This is kind of a marketing primer. If you follow these steps that I've given you, you're going to have success. I guarantee it. You're going to have success. But there's a whole lot more involved with the marketing. And again, if you need some help, if you need some ideas, I'm here. Shoot me an email. I'd be more than happy to give you some pointers or help you out. No big deal. Okay. Beyond the marketing, there's also a variety of things that you should be doing with your business to capitalize on it. But today was all about how to get a new client. So I hope I've given you some good information, some things that you can start implementing immediately. Trust me, take the time to go through these steps. If you do, you are well on your way to producing marketing that is effective, that's going to get you the clients that you really, really want, and a way to differentiate yourself from your competition so that you're not worried about the discount shops. You're not worried about market oversaturation. People will come to you when you're able to solve their problems, provide the service that they're really looking for, the benefits that they're really looking for, not just the service, not just a friendly professional atmosphere and you provide quality work and all that stuff. And you can actually begin to charge premium pricing if you're really solving their problems, really taking care of satisfying their benefits that they're looking for. Okay, so that's all I got for today. Again, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to give you some pointers or help you out. All right, well, thank you very much for watching, and get at these lists and get your marketing on track so you can kick some butt.